Studios in West Billings, Montana. Glad to have you here worldwide. Simply log on to livinlargelarry.com. All kinds of blinds and buildings, all kinds of blinds. MT.com starting off at 64 degrees and 90 or so today. Meaning around Billings. Detailed forecast coming up for you. From the Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, Livin Large Larry live, livinlargelarry.com. All kinds of blinds, MT.com. Going to be a hot one today, low to mid-90s. Today, for the next 7 to 10 minutes, actually, I can be forecasting the weather. Quick temperature check, 64. We're on TuneIn and YouTube live this morning at livinlargelarry.com. Forecast, that's the Billings from the news on the road, livinlargelarry.com. From the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana, this is Livin Large Larry Live. Kind of a mugginess in the air this morning here in Billings. Livin Large Larry Live, livinlargelarry.com from the Redline Computer Studios across from Goodwood, West Billings, Montana. You can log on to our website, get a complete expanded forecast, livinlargelarry.com. Click on the weather tab. All kinds of blinds and buildings, all kinds of blinds. MT.com in 64, now 90 later. And I'm talking with Kathy Ripplinger, starting off this morning about a job fair happening in Billings this morning. It's a 90-minute job fair. Kathy Ripplinger from Billings Job Service on the way here, livinlargelarry.com. Live on YouTube and the TuneIn smartphone app. Glad you're here. Yeah, spring's essentially here. Good time of the year to be thinking about doing some remodeling projects. And your windows are the first thing that you probably notice when you walk into your home or business each day, right? And it's what your customers or what your visitors to your home see as well. Shop all kinds of blinds and window film in Billings, a truly local company that services the outlying areas, Shepherd, Roundup, Columbus, Red Lodge, Laurel, in and around Billings for blinds and window film. Check out some of the work at Cafe Rio, Godfather's Pizza, both taco treats in Billings, all kinds of blinds to work on the FedEx Kinko's in town, as well as Fred's Appliance on King Avenue West. All kinds of blinds and window film for security. All kinds of blinds, MT.com. If you're interested in learning the current value of your home, call Amber Gustanis with Century 21 Hometown Brokers for a free market analysis. Amber Gustanis, Century 21 Hometown Brokers, free market analysis, 690-5902. Livin Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry Live. And welcome. Livin Large Larry Live, livinlargelarry.com. Every G on Livin. Log on to the websites. Appreciate you being a worldwide audience. Between 1,000 and 1,700 each month. Stream our show to find out about what's happening in Montana, primarily Billings, Shepherd, Roundup, Laurel, Park City, Columbus, thanks for being here. We're at YouTube Live each morning, and that becomes a podcast. You can fast forward and rewind to any portion of the show that you want. All accessible, as well as a TuneIn smartphone app at livinlargelarry.com. All kinds of blinds and buildings, all kinds of blindsmt.com, and 64 already this morning, low to mid-90s. Complete forecast in a second. Redline Computers Studios, next to the Wave Car Wash off King 29th West in Billings. Livin Large Larry Live, livinlargelarry.com, and our Billings area forecast from Tops Sandwich Company, locally owned in Billings across from Shopco, off of King Avenue West and 29th Street. Tops Sandwich Company. A week of mid to upper 80s, low 90s, and by the end of the week could reach close to the century mark, like on Thursday afternoon. And as expected in the forecast, there'll be a chance for some late afternoon and evening thunder showers as well, in and around Billings, Shepherd, Laurel, by Columbus as well. And typical this time of year. Our forecast from Tops Sandwich Company across from Shopco and Billings. Happy hour each weekday, 5 to 8 p.m. All sandwiches at that time, $5. Tops Sandwich Company. Ask about their catering, too. Our replay of segments on livinlargelarry.com on the show from Keystone Mortgage Company here in Billings. Purchase, refinance, investment properties, and a brand new place to call home for work. Keystone Mortgage downtown now, across from the pub station, 2442 First Avenue North. You can find them on Facebook. Type in the keyword Keystone Mortgage Company. You aren't just a number, you're our number one priority. I think you'll love the changes at Keystone Mortgage. There's a job fair coming up. What's going on around town? Courtesy of Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical and Refinery Inspection. Give them a hit and log on. Check them out, bighorninspection.com. They always support community events. We appreciate that too. bighorninspection.com.
Large Larry Live.
Kathy Rippler with us, Billings Job Service, and welcome to the show, Kathy.
Thank you.
And talk about your job and what you do on a day-to-day basis at Billings Job Service.
I am an employment specialist, and I work with both job seekers and employers. For the job seekers, I meet with them, and I'm able to help them with resumes, with interviewing, with finding jobs, finding the right match for them. And for the employers, I post their job orders, and I organize job fairs. They're the mini job fairs from 10 to 40 employers, depending on the location we are able to find.
So what kind of jobs for on Tuesday's job fair for June 28th, 11:30 to 1, where is it at, and what kind of jobs are available for people to apply for?
The job fair is at Billings Job Service. We have a conference room, and we're able to have about 10 employers participate in these job fairs. And tomorrow we are having Food Services of America, Fred's Appliance is going to be there. Sodexo is getting ready to hire for their fall school season, as well as First Student is doing that, also getting ready for bus drivers. The Northern Hotel, Employment Source, which is a private agency, will be there. EBMS, Charter Communications, Sears is going to be there, and they have quite a few positions available, and we have a brand new restaurant that's coming to town, and they're going to be there hiring for all positions.
And I suppose you can't tell us what restaurant that is, right?
I can tell you what restaurant that is.
Which one is it?
It is Crazy Mountain Chicken and Pie.
What?
Yes.
Where's that out of? I've never heard of it before.
It hasn't opened yet. It's going to be opening the beginning of July, and that's why they're hiring for all positions, and it's going to be over on 32nd Street West.
All right, so the job fair on Tuesday, where again is that going to be held?
It's going to be at Billings Job Service, which is on Rosebud Drive. It's behind the Dodge and Ford dealerships.
Yep, okay, 11:30 to 1, and you called it a mini job fair, and I've seen a few of those actually advertised with Billings Job Service.
Yes. Those, as soon as an employer puts in a request that they'd like to have a job fair, I start coordinating, finding employers. The job fairs are free to the employers, free to the job seekers. And when we have the mini job fairs at Billings Job Service, we have about 10 to 12 employers there.
And it's important for people who come to the job fair and apply for work that they ask for the job.
Yes, and it's a good idea when they come to be ready opportunity to give a resume to the employer and maybe do a little mini presentation to them about what they're looking for and the skills that they have to match the jobs.
There's good news in the in news today outside of Billings, but the Bakken apparently is looking to rehire some people for some work they're doing on fracturing up in North Dakota. Not sure if you heard about that.
I have not, and typically they don't get involved in our mini job fairs. They may get involved in the big jobs jamboree we have in March,
right.
But not the little job fairs.
All right, Tuesday, June 28th, the jobs fair, mini job fair over at Billings Job Service, 11:30 to 1. It's a short one. I always say if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late.
All right, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Kathy Rutlinger. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Livin Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry Live.
LivinLargeLarry.com from Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, Montana. Glad you're here checking us out on YouTube this morning live. That's the podcast. Just a little bit here. Tune in smartphone app on your iPhones and Androids. Kind of a combo newscasting as I'm putting from Tyler from KGHL's morning show. So, news on KGHL radio as well coming up. Israel, Montana. LivinLargeLarry.com. All kinds of lines and billings. Quick temperature check, 65. Jay Johansson, the Athlete's Foot, 3839 Grand Avenue.
655-366. Larry. I tell you what, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm here to lay it out. Truth is the truth, and I got to come clean with everything.
All right.
You've heard me on the radio.
Yeah.
Doing my thing for 4 or 5 years now. The Athlete's Foot, 3839 Grand Avenue, 655-3668. That's my phone number.
Yeah.
Larry?
Yes, sir.
We're number one.
I know, you're number one.
We're number one. We're the number one shoe store in Billings. If you want great customer service, if you want someone that's going to care how you feel, not next month, but in 3 months, you need to come to 3839 Grand Avenue, the Athlete's Foot, for top quality customer service. Larry, you know what we're going to actually do?
What's that?
You know what we're going to actually do?
Yeah,
I'm going to measure your foot. Yeah, I'm going to do something really crazy.
All right, yeah, crazy.
I'm not going to ask somebody those shoe sizes. I'm going to measure their feet. And then we're going to use the fit print technology. We're going to take the human element completely out of it, see what kind of foot you got, and put the exact kind of shoes on your feet that you need. And then not only that, Livin Large Larry, the best on the radio, we also got the Jordans. And I'm not talking the black and white Jordans that every shoe shop's got. I'm talking about the Jordans that everyone's waiting to get. In my store, right now, in my case, are the French Blue 12s that don't release until next week, and I got 72 pairs of them.
My notes say you're the Jordan expert.
I had to come clean.
The Athlete's Foot Billings on Facebook.
The Athlete's Foot Billings MT. Check us out. Peace.
3839 Grand Avenue, Billings. The Athlete's Foot.
Join us at 1-888-858-1408.
KGHL News, I'm Livin Large Larry. The U.S. Supreme Court will not hear an appeal challenging a Montana law that limits medical marijuana providers to selling the drug to a maximum of 3 patients each. Today, the justices let stand a Montana Supreme Court ruling that upheld key provisions of a state law that rolled back much of the 2004 voter-approved initiative legalizing medical marijuana. The new restrictions are set to take effect August 31st. Results of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday's Montana lottery drawings are in, and a Powerball ticket worth $100,000 was sold in Billings, and a $50,000 Powerball ticket was sold in Butte over the weekend. A 38-year-old Montana woman died in a single vehicle rollover last Thursday on US 20, about 2 miles north of Worland. The Wyoming Highway Patrol identified the victim as Donna Rollins of Deer Lodge, Montana. The accident remains under investigation by the Wyoming Highway Patrol. Some oilfield companies that laid off workers in the Bakken are hiring again, particularly for jobs related to hydraulic fracturing. In some cases, companies are calling workers back who have been let go due to low oil prices and asking them to come back to work. Halliburton, which had laid off workers in the Bakken and elsewhere, is hosting a job fair next week at its Williston, North Dakota office. And with the weather so nice on recent weekends here in Billings, hundreds turned out to see dozens of classic cars parked in the sun up and down the Albadoo Shrine Auditorium parking lot. The Free All Makes Cars show was organized by the Albadoo Shrine Classy Car Club and the Yellowstone Valley Mustang Club. The Montana State University Library is part of a new system that will allow academic library users across Montana to access the collection holdings of 16 libraries in Montana through a single online search. The new system is expected to go live this coming December. Department of Public Health and Human Services officials are urging Montanans to take the necessary precautions to stay safe this summer while behind the wheel, especially heading into the 4th of July weekend. And one of the main factors that contribute to motor vehicle crashes are drugs, drinking, distraction, and drowsiness. Berry Beach is under investigation in Billings after a criminal complaint was filed back in January, alleging that the convicted murderer, whose sentence was commuted by Governor Steve Bullock, asked a female, whose age is unknown, to perform sexual acts. Beach had previously served more than 3 decades in prison for the 1979 murder of 17-year-old Kim Neese in Poplar. Get Air Billings opened June 17th at the former home of Sutton Sportswear. The company is leasing 25,000 square feet for wall-to-wall trampolines, foam pits, dodgeball, and a ninja course. Utah-based Get Air has 64 trampoline parks in North America and now one in Billings. Sports. Will Power was the winner of the IndyCar race at Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Over the weekend, the pole sitter picked up his second win of the season, and Tony Kunan, second in the first race held at the Wisconsin road course since 2007. The Cleveland Indians claimed their 9th straight win by belting 4 homers off Justin Verlander in the 5th inning of a 9-3 pounding of the Tigers. Lonnie Chisenhall was 4 for 4 with a 2-run homer and 3 ribbies to help Josh Tomlin improve to 9-1. Look at regional news and sports. The mighty 790 AM and 94.7 FM, KGHL. I'm Livin Large Larry. We glean part of our stories from KTVQ.com, ColorLake.com, also the Billings Gazette. The Billings Morning News, LivinLargeLarry.com. A wildfire south of Laurel. I'm Livin Large Larry, KGHL News. Multiple fire departments battling a wildfire off of Mosier Dome Road, south of Laurel, near the Yellowstone and Carbon County border, as air tankers drop retardant on the Mosier Dome fire, and we keep track of that throughout the morning. 55 Montana counties will receive $30 million from the federal government for payment in lieu of taxes on federal land. Payment in lieu of taxes, or PILT, money is issued for federal land, which is tax exempt, meaning the federal government doesn't contribute taxes to fund the roads and infrastructure serving its property. Monday, the U.S. Supreme Court dismissed an appeal that would have stopped the state's 2011 law severely limiting the sale of medical marijuana from going into effect at the end of August. A range fire fueled by Saturday's high winds prompted an hours-long power outage at the Bannock Golden Sunlight Mine in Whitehall. Some of the 50 employees and contractors on duty were evacuated while others stayed to assist with fire response. No one was injured. Monday, the Bureau of Land Management announced a congressionally mandated inflation adjustment to civil penalties that companies must pay for violating regulations governing oil and gas operations on federal and Indian lands. The purpose of these adjustments is to maintain the deterrent effects of civil penalties. The overall effect of a series of rate adjustments being considered by the Helena City Commission could result in a $60 annual increase for homeowners, just what the annual cost to homeowners will be from adjustments to city fees and costs for services when the Commission sets the fees later in the summer. And the Montana Department of Environmental Quality released a draft wastewater discharge permit for the Montana Artesian Water Company's proposed water bottling plants in Creston on Monday. A permit for public comment ends on August 5th, and the DEQ has scheduled a public hearing for August 1st. In sports, side note, Pat Summitt, the winningest coach in Division I college basketball history, who helped boost the women's game to the big time in a 38-year career at Tennessee, has died at 64. summit of the Lady Vols to 8 national championships and prominence on a campus steeped in the traditions of the football-rich South. The teacher retired in 2012. Her son, Tyler Summit, issued a statement saying his mother died peacefully at Cheryl Hill Senior Living in Knoxville, surrounded by influence. A look at regional news and sports. I'm Livin Larry on Mighty 790 AM, 94.7 FM, KGHL. And on LivinLargeLarry.com. In the Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, all kinds of blinds and billings. All kinds of blinds, MT.com. Get those new blinds for your summer. Back patio, room, all kinds of blinds, MT.com. Temperature check in 65, around 90 today. And more information coming up. News on the way. Continued news on the way, we should say. Carrie's Massage Therapy has moved. Bigger, brighter location, 928 Broadwater, Suite 204. Kelly's Massage Therapy for the whole month of June. Since it's a busy wedding month, she wants to try and push the body wrapping. So here we go. The Beauty Mineral Body Wraps helps detoxify, shrink wrinkle sites, rejuvenate the skin, and help shrink skin cells. So because it helps shrink skin cells, you usually get about 1/2 to 1.5 inches off of any part of any body she wraps. So check it out. Body wrapping can give brides not only that little bit, but also the glowing, soft skin along with the peace of mind that look fabulous for the perfect day, their wedding day. Here are the price points. He wants to offer the body wraps all month of June long at $140 for a full body procedure. It's normally $175 with Carrie's Massage Therapy. So $140 the entire month of June. Again, normally would cost you $175. This is not a walk-in service because it's a lot of prep work and calls go out about wanting to confirm an appointment. She also wants to run a small little massage special for you all month. Get $10 off any 30, 60, or 90-minute massage at Kelly's Massage Therapy for the month of June. 928 Broadwater, Suite 204. It is Kelly's Massage Therapy.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
News around Billings in the state of Montana. Livin Large Larry live. Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, LivinLargeLarry.com. And warm wind today, about 90. So we know we reached the century mark this week. Expanding forecast at LivinLargeLarry.com. All kinds of blinds and billings. Quick temperature check in 65. As for the fire in Laurel, burning started last night. Multiple fire departments battling a wildfire off of the Major Dune Road south of Laurel. In the Yellowstone and Carpenter County border, according to KTVQ.com. Officials say the fire started last night about 5:15 or so. Fires burning grass and cropland. There's homes and outbuildings in the fire area, but don't appear to be in immediate danger. And as of on Monday night, Yellowstone County deputies set up roadblocks at the roads leading into the fire. About 860 acres as of last night had burned in that fire burning south of Laurel, Montana. And a random man who admitted he shot a man and a pregnant woman last year was sentenced to prison on Monday. Tyler Snyder was sentenced in Muscle Shoals County District Court to 40 years in prison for 2 counts of assault with a weapon. He'll be eligible for parole after 20 years. Snyder entered a plea agreement in February to decrease his charges from 3 counts of attempted murder. Snyder admitted he pursued the couple who was in the vehicle and shot at them through the back window. It's unclear why Snyder attacked the couple. Also utilizing Colorado.com and the News Gazette for some of our stories here this morning. Redline Computer Studios. Allegations of misuse of taxpayer dollars are being investigated in Stillwater County. Multiple residents, including a report of the county's weed program coordinator, is spraying private property of a county commissioner for free. In order to avoid a possible conflict of interest, Yellowstone County officials were asked to step in and are now investigating whether William Patterson used county dollars to pay to spray Commissioner Dennis Schupak's yard. Witnesses have submitted photos along with their complaints. The case was First forwarded to County Attorney Nancy Rhodes' office. Continue to look into that. A Poplar man who reported his girlfriend's January death as a suicide has now been charged with the woman's murder. Delvin Red Eagle is 23. He's charged with second-degree murder in the use of a firearm to commit a crime. Red Eagle recently pleaded not guilty to the charges in district court in Great Falls. Red Eagle allegedly used a rifle to shoot and kill 25-year-old Roxanne Merced on the Fort Peck Indian Reservation. Detective Ken Trotter said Red Eagle reported in January that Merced had killed herself. After the investigation determined it was when one of the Poplar High School graduates took her own life. And two Billings restaurants from KTVQ.com got this morning, a lighthearted story. Two Billings restaurants are among 15 picked as the top mom and pop restaurants in Montana. The website is onlyinyourstate.com. Shows Blues Barbecue and Red Rooster, among restaurants that serve home-cooked meals. And delicious. Onlyinyourstate.com. There's a link at ktvq.com with the entire news list. So congratulations to Blues Barbecue and Billings and Red Rooster on Broadwater. Top mom and pop places to eat in Montana. Really cool longer.
Livin Large Larry Live, livinlargelarry.com, and our Billings area forecast from Tops Sandwich Company, locally owned in Billings across from Shopco, off of King Avenue West and 29th Street. Tops Sandwich Company. A week of mid to upper 80s, low 90s, and by the end of the week could reach close to the century mark, like on Thursday afternoon. And as expected in the forecast, there'll be a chance for some late afternoon and evening thunder showers as well in and around Billings, Shepherd, Laurel, by Columbus as well, and typical this time of year. Our forecast from Tops Sandwich Company across from Shopco and Billings. Happy hour each weekday, 5 to 8 p.m. All sandwiches at that time, $5. Tops Sandwich Company. Ask about their catering, too.
New season, new haircuts. If it's time, I get my haircut every 6 weeks from Jim and Austin's Barber Shop in Billings Heights at 2225 Main Street in the Heights. The best $10 haircut you'll ever have. And Jim and Austin's Barber Shop, they're trained to be barbers. Basic haircut, $10, 10 minutes in and out. Jim and Austin's Barber Shop, 2225 Main in the Billings Heights. Proud supporters of the Billings Wolves for 2016. And like them on Facebook, Jim and Austin's Barber Shop in Billings Heights. Shelby DeMars, part of the Count on Coal project. We had a rally in Billings at Grandview Park a week ago. And Shelby DeMars with Count on Coal, Montana, kind of gives us a wrap-up on how things went after the coal rally last week. That's coming up. LivinLargeLarry.com. From the Redline Computer Studios in West Billings, Montana. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it on YouTube Live this morning. Couponing is back, and how would you like to look at a coupon magazine that's larger than the palm of your hands? Real-sized Hometown Values coupon magazine. There's one built and issue out for your area in and around Billings and Laurel. Hometown Values, shop the original. Inside, practical couponing. Hometown Values, and log on to myhometownvalues.com. Check out the new Heights issue of Hometown Values. How's your health? Is your mind open to different ways to be healthier? N2 cryotherapy. You've heard us talk about cryotherapy since about mid-November, and N2 cryotherapy has been in Billings since last July. And it's growing with athletes. If you are suffering from arthritis, give N2 Cryotherapy a try. Ask Cindy Graff about the pricing differences of N2 Cryotherapy. There's something to fit your budget. N2 Cryotherapy, 805 24th Street West, Suite number 4, Saturday hours as well. N2 Cryotherapy, N2cryo.com.
Livin Large Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry Live.
Interview segments on the show, livinlargelarry.com, brought to you by Keystone Mortgage. Billings. Keystone Mortgage is a sponsor of our replays on the show. Keystone Mortgage, downtown Billings, at the new location right across the street from the pub station. Ask about their new loan tracker. You can see everything, including rates, lock dates, personal notes, and documentation. It's private to you. The loan tracker through Keystone Mortgage Company in Billings, downtown.
Join us at 1-888-858-1408.
Shelby DeMars with his works for Count on Coal, Montana. You are the voice of, at least that's what I met you at Grandview Park in Billings earlier in the week. And how did the coal rally go? Just kind of, just give us a synopsis, Shelby, if you could.
It went really great. We had folks from all across Montana there, from all of the mines. We had a group that came up on a bus from Colstrip. The group was Colstrip United, that brought a bunch of folks up from there in their mind to make their voices heard. And all told, we had well over 100 people at the rally. Wow. And then all those folks went over to come into the hearing that Senator Daines put on as well.
We should mention that the bus from Colstrip you mentioned, even with a flat tire, they made it there pretty much on time the other day.
Yeah, we were a little worried about that for a little bit, but they did. They got there just probably like 10 or 15 minutes late for the rally, and that put them right in time for the hearing, thankfully, and everything turned out okay. But yeah, it was a little bit of an adventure there for a little bit.
Tell us a bit about Count on Coal, Montana, how it was established, and what are the 2 or 3 really strong bullet points about Count on Coal, Montana?
Count on Coal, Montana is a group that was established to make sure that people across the state of Montana heard the other side of the story. We're constantly being inundated by folks who are anti-coal and want to attack coal jobs in the state of Montana. And we really felt strongly that there needed to be a balance, and there needed to be some education of folks across Montana about exactly how important coal is to our state and really the entire U.S. Somewhere around 60% of Montana's energy is still produced by coal. And so it plays a huge role in our energy economy as well as our economy at large.
And coal itself, we speak of coal for energy, yes, but what a lot of the nation does not realize is, and a statistic that I guess I opened my eyes the other day at the coal rally at Grandview Park in Billings, Shelby, is when it was mentioned that there's 7,100 jobs of, talking specifically about coal jobs, 7,100 jobs that are affected.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, we've seen a lot of those jobs lost in the recent weeks. And, it's because of the political regulations and the political maneuvering that have been placed on coal producers. And we're definitely seeing the consequences of that right now. And that was one of the reasons, not only why we have Count on Coal, but why we had that rally in advance of that hearing, was to make sure that people realize that there's a very real impact to what's going on across the state.
Shelby DeMars with Count on Coal, Montana, and we're just kind of giving a wrap-up of the coal rally from Grandview Park over by MSUB earlier in the week. And I talked to Greg Gianforte, running for governor, and Gianforte and Governor Bullock are having a debate, the debate at Big Sky during the Montana Broadcasters Convention this weekend, Sunday. It's going to air at noon on KGHL. He mentioned, I asked him, I said flat out, what is one hard topic you and Governor Bullock will go at it on Sunday? He did. He says, we're going to talk about coal.
Oh, and I can absolutely believe it. And it's one of the biggest issues facing our state right now, is what will happen to coal producers and all of the revenue that they produce for our state, that goes to fund our schools, infrastructure, local government. There's really no corner of the state that isn't touched by coal dollars. So that doesn't surprise me that that's on both of the radars.
All right, Shelby, so after Count on Coal in Montana, the rally and the hearing this past week here in Billings, what was the reaction that you got afterwards of both events?
The reaction that we got from folks that attended was, first of all, that they were incredibly thankful for the opportunity to have their voices heard at a hearing like that locally in the state. All of the hearings that the Department of Interior have held on this issue thus far have been hundreds and hundreds of miles away. So on that same day, incidentally, there was a DOI hearing in Seattle on that very issue. And so many of these people have jobs to go to every day and can't just, get up and drive all the way to Seattle to have a voice in this process. And so the fact that Senator Gaines was willing to bring that process to Montana for both sides of the aisle to, voice their opinion on, I think was pretty remarkable, and I heard that many people were very thankful for that.
Good, great. So get us in contact, contact details for Count on Coal in Montana, if you could, websites or Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can get onto our website at countoncoalmontana.org, and then from there it links to our Facebook as well. But we're on both, and you can message us, contact us there, and we'll definitely keep you up to date and informed on what we've got going on.
All right, Shelley DeMars with Count on Coal, Montana. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Get a new summer look at Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main Street in Billings Heights. $10, 10 minutes, each haircut. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main Street in Billings Heights. A proud supporter of the Billings Wolves. Smart Strand Forever Clean, the world's toughest carpet, and it is available at Rimrock Flooring on Central Avenue. RimrockFlooringMT.com, as Mark Wogan and his staff are into year number 2 of doing business in the flooring industry in Billings. Rimrock Flooring, RimrockFlooringMT.com. 1440 Central Avenue. Ask about Smart Strand. Swiss Trax Inc. offers a practical and modern alternative to standard concrete and epoxy garage flooring and garage floor tiles as well. Swiss Trax. Look at the samples at Rimrock Flooring in Billings. Couponing is back, and how would you like to look at a coupon magazine that's larger than the palm of your hands? Real-sized Hometown Values coupon magazine. There's one built and issue out for your area in and around Billings and Laurel. Hometown Values. Shop the original. Inside, practical couponing. Hometown Values, and log on to myhometownvalues.com. Check out the new Heights issue of Hometown Values.
Livin Large, Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large, Larry Live.
More of the Billings Morning News coming up from Redline Computer Studios, West Billings, across from Goodwill, West Billings, Montana, at livinlargelarry.com. And what's going on around town? Brought to you by Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical Refinery Inspection, BighornInspection.com. Mulligans for Memories, 3rd Annual Alzheimer's Association Golf Scrambles coming up August 12th. Seems like a mile away, so to speak, but it's good to get the foursome in for $500. You can register early, and the cost includes greens fees and cart, lunch, snacks, beverages, of course, at Lake Hills Golf Course, all courtesy of the major sponsor, Morning Star Senior Living of Billings. Mulligans for Memories, 3rd Annual Alzheimer's Association Golf Scramble, again August 12th. You can contact Morning Star for more details on that. Mulligans for Memories. Slide the City is coming back. Slide the City, pretty good in a row in Billings. It is Slide the City coming back in September 10th. For Slide the City, the block party in Billings, September 10th. Save that date. There's a job fair this morning, Tuesday morning, and I'll replay a visit I had with Kathy Rippinger from Billings Job Service coming up in just a few minutes here. But the job fair is at Billings Job Service, just right behind Lithia Dodge, off of King in Billings, 11:30 to 1. 90-minute job fair, Billings Job Service, that is today. Dress to impress, and after the interview and your presentation to prospective employers, ask for the job. That's what's going on in town around the area. Brought to you by Bighorn Inspection, Petrochemical Refinery Inspection, BighornInspection.com. And the Billings Morning News is away here.
Livin Large, Larry Live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large, Larry Live.
Montana's Title and Registration Department moving? KGHL News, I'm Livin Large. A decision to close the Title and Registration Bureau in Deer Lodge and move its 35 jobs to Helena caused the Deer Lodge contingent to converge on Helena on Monday. First talking to the Department of Justice, which made the decision, and the meeting with Governor Steve Bullock's staff, Deputy Chief of Staff Alan Bovingdon. The governor recognizes what losing 35 jobs will do to the community and stands ready to work with the Attorney General to seek an alternative location. TransCanada, the company that proposed the Keystone XL pipeline, is seeking $15 billion in damages from the federal government after the Obama administration rejected the project. It would have carried about 830,000 barrels of crude a day from Honesty, Alberta, through Montana to Gulf Coast refineries. Butte-based Headwaters RC&D Inc. has received about $27,000 in state money to assist an Anaconda startup, Moore Sealift LLC, with a business and feasibility study for manufacturing a universal container liftgate. Governor Steve Bullock made an announcement on Monday. Work to beef up overlooks and trails and reconfigure parking lots along the rim of the Yellowstone River's Grand Canyon Rim Trail in the Yellowstone National Park started last week. It is expected to be completed in 2020. The city of Whitefish is filling vacancies on 3 city committees. The Whitefish Planning Board has 1 position for a city resident. 2 spots are open in the city's Impact Fee Advisory Committee as well. The U.S. Supreme Court won't hear an appeal challenging Montana law that limits medical marijuana providers to selling the drug to a maximum of 3 patients each. The justices let stand the Montana Supreme Court ruling that upheld key provisions of the state law that rolled back much of the 2004 voter-approved initiative legalizing medical marijuana. The U.S. Forest Service's new fire and aviation manager for the region that includes Montana has taken his post just as the fire season is heating up. In the west, Ralph Lau had been the deputy forest supervisor for Idaho's Nez Perce Clearwater National Forest. And in sports, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony are one of the 12 players who have been selected to represent the U.S. men's basketball team at the Rio Olympics. The U.S. roster includes Warriors starters Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and Harrison Barnes, along with Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. One of the Raptors, Cleveland's Kyrie Irving, Indiana's Paul George, and Chicago's Jimmy Butler also made the team, as did Sacramento's DeMarcus Cousins and DeAndre Jordan of the Clippers. Look at regional news and sports on the mighty 790 AM and 94.7 FM, KGHL. I'm Livin Large. Amber Gustainez, realtor with Century 21 Hometown Brokers, can make your dreams come true. The service area for Amber Gustainez includes Billings, Lockwood, Rowan, Joliet, Roberts, Red Lodge, Columbus, and more. Single-family homes, townhomes, lots, and land, whatever you're in the market for. Amber Gustainez, Century 21 Hometown Brokers, and 406-690-5902. Get a new summer look at Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main Street in Billings Heights. $10, 10 minutes, each haircut. Jim and Austin's Barbershop, 2225 Main Street in Billings Heights. A proud supporter of the Billings Wolves.
Livin Large Larry live from the Redline Computer Studios next to the Dollar Tree off of King Avenue West in Billings, Montana. This is Livin Large Larry live.
Sponsor on Livin Large Larry Live is brought to you by Keystone Mortgage in their new location, 248-7124, and you can check them out and visit them at 2442 First Avenue North, then right across from the pub station in downtown Billings. Keystone Mortgage Company, you aren't just a number, you're our number 1 priority. Keystone Mortgage.
Kathy Ripplinger with us, Billings Job Service, and welcome to the show, Kathy.
Thank you.
And talk about your job and what you do on a day-to-day basis at Billings Job Service.
I am an employment specialist, and I work with both job seekers and employers. For the job seekers, I meet with them, and I'm able to help them with resumes, with interviewing, with finding jobs, finding the right match for them. And for the employers, I post their job orders, and I organize job fairs. They're the mini job fairs from 10 to 40 employers, depending on the location we are able to find.
So what kind of jobs for on Tuesday's job fair for June 28th, 11:30 to 1? Where is it at, and what kind of jobs are available for people to apply for?
The job fair is at Billings Job Service. We have a conference room, and we're able to have about 10 employers participate in these job fairs. And tomorrow we are having Food Services of America, Fred's Appliance is going to be there. Sodexo is getting ready to hire for their fall school season, as well as First Student is doing that, also getting ready for bus drivers. The Northern Hotel, Employment Source, which is a private agency, will be there. EBMS, Charter Communications, Sears is going to be there, and they have quite a few positions available, and we have a brand new restaurant that's coming to town, and they're going to be there hiring for all positions.
And I suppose you can't tell us what restaurant that is, right?
I can tell you what restaurant that is.
Which one is it?
It is Crazy Mountain Chicken and Pie.
What?
Yes.
Where's that out of? I've never heard of it before.
It hasn't opened yet. It's going to be opening the beginning of July, and that's why they're hiring for all positions, and it's going to be over on 32nd Street West.
All right, so the job fair on Tuesday, where again is that going to be held?
It's going to be at Billings Job Service, which is on Rosebud Drive. It's behind the Dodge and Ford dealerships.
Yep, okay, 11:30 to 1, and you called it a mini job fair, and I've seen a few of those actually advertised with Billings Job Service.
Yes, those, as soon as an employer puts in a request that they'd like to have a job fair, I start coordinating, finding employers. The job fairs are free to the employers, free to the job seekers, and when we have the mini job fairs at Billings Job Service, we have about 10 to 12 employers there.
And it's important for people who come to the job fair and apply for work that they ask for the job.
Yes, and it's a good idea when they come to be ready to give a resume to the employer and maybe do a little mini presentation to them about what they're looking for and the skills that they have to match the jobs.
There's good news in the in news today outside of Billings, but the Bakken apparently is looking to rehire some people for some work they're doing on fracturing up in North Dakota. Yes. Not sure if you heard about that.
I have not, and typically they don't get involved in our mini job fairs. Mm-hmm. They may get involved in the big jobs jamboree we have in March, but not the little job fairs.
All right, Tuesday, June 28th, the jobs fair, mini job fair over at Billings Job Service, 11:30 to 1. It's a short one. I always say if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late.
All right, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Kathy Ripplinger. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Kelly's Massage Therapy has moved. Bigger, brighter location, 928 Broadwater, Suite 204. Kelly's Massage Therapy for the whole month of June. Since it's a busy wedding month, she wants to try and push the body wrapping. So here we go. The Beauty Mineral Body Wraps helps detoxify, shrink wrinkle sites, rejuvenate the skin, and help shrink skin cells. So because it helps shrink skin cells, you usually get about 1/2 to 1.5 inches off of any part of any body she wraps. So check it out. Body wrapping can give brides not only that little bit, but also the glowing, soft skin along with the peace of mind that look fabulous for the perfect day of their wedding day. Here are the price points. He wants to offer the body wraps all month of June long at $140 for a full body procedure. It's normally $175 with Carrie's Massage Therapy. So $140 the entire month of June. Again, maybe it would cost you $175. This is not a walk-in service because it's a lot of prep work and calls go out that morning to confirm an appointment. She also wants to run a small little massage special for you all month. Get $10 off any 30, 60, or 90-minute massage at Kelly's Massage Therapy for the month of June. 928 Broadwater, Suite 204. It is Kelly's Massage Therapy. It's going to be warm in Billings again today, about 90 or so. All kinds of lines in Billings, all kinds of lines. MT.com from the Red Line Computer Studios here in West Billings. At present, 66. All love you this morning. Catch my afternoon show if you can this afternoon, anytime between 3 and 6 p.m. weekdays. 7:90 a.m. Simulcast on 94.7 FM, 97.9 KGHL.